Ready. British hairdresser of the year, Anthony Mascolo.
The winner, Mr. Anthony Mascolo.
Thank you very much.
Anthony Mascolo.
After I'd finished a 2-year hairdressing course, I applied for a job at Toni&Guy.
We'd moved into Davis Street and Anthony was just now really getting into hairdressing with us.
It got to the point where I was doing hand and I'd see other people's work and I started thinking, I'm pretty good at this, and then it became infectious. I wanted to be the best and really, just kept on trying to do things that no one else was doing.
I can remember Pat came in for her interview with her dad, and obviously that was the very beginning of the love story.
No, we were friends first.
She very quickly progressed and became part of Anthony's artistic team.
And on doing the shows, she would be immaculate, and finishing, the execution was phenomenal.
See my brother, he'd always say, right, I'm going to keep you two. You two should go out, you should be together.
He used to always try and push us together.
In a selfish way, I thought, man, if these two could get together, this could be really an incredible team. And Toni&Guy could really become big.
When we started working together more, and then, things just kind of, changed.
I stopped arranging your dates.
There you go.
When we were on tour, I always took the models' names and he'd say, put a star by that one or put a star by that one. So I ended up not putting a star by them anymore.
And once they became a couple, it was amazing because now we had creativity, we had incredible execution, we had everything that a real artistic team should have. It gave me the opportunity to really fulfill the dream that I once had, that we could become Toni&Guy could become a household name, There
was a big competition time amongst hairdressers at that point.
You started to think, you've got to do stuff that's better than theirs.
We had really developed two different cultures of Toni&Guy. One which was Tony's culture and one was mine and Guy's culture. And at the time, we felt that it may be a good time to be able to look at it and demerge so that we would have two different companies.
We got the opportunity through a demerger that we would then start working and creating just for TIGI.
As we were going to do TIGI Global, it was perfectly fine for us to work with Anthony, even though he was based in London.
Our children were at school, so we didn't want to move to America. We wanted to stay in London.
From having all these guys that we were working with, we ended up, we were just on our own.
I do remember the call from Anthony. It was probably close to midnight. And he said, Mike, we've done it. It's it. It's all done. So what do you mean? He said, well, we've signed the papers.
Then we needed to grow a new family, really, because it was all about, your team was your family.
He was excited. He was very much up for it. But I could also sense an element of anxiousness.
One of the first ones that came with us was Mara. It has always been really part of the family.
We used to play together as children in the same part of South London. And he came around to play, we were upstairs in the loft, and he started smoking. Of course, my mother smelt the smoke, came upstairs and went completely mad at us. I, of course, got clipped round the ear because she couldn't really tell him off. And basically, it's been 40 years of the same thing ever since.
What's really great that I felt really good about is because I had my wife, Kyra, in one hand, who in my mind was a complete genius in product development and marketing ideas. And on the other hand, I had my brother Anthony, who was a hairdressing genius who had expanded upon that, creating a total look with his photography as well. So we now had control of their image and control of product.
What we were going to be doing was creating image and, creating new styles and working tightly with America.
We ended up at a flat round the corner in the living room there to start off with.
And we'd be working, choosing pictures and doing the book, but we had nowhere really to shoot.
He said, look, what we're going to do is we need to get creative. We need to get excited. Pat and I, we need a base away from the house.
I remember Anthony coming into the flat going, oh, I found somewhere for us. And we came round here to look at it.
And that really was the birth of Bedhead Studio.
He said, look, this is the place where we'll be creative. This is the place we'll get excited and we'll support Bruno and Kyra with the brand.
It was a natural way of building your own family.
The studio had a family feel.
TIGI had a family feel, and I feel like that's how it did build.
Alex was a great example. I mean, Anthony used to cut his hair from the age of 6.
I remember the first day, I was sweeping the floors. I used to have to shampoo Anthony's clients, soaked a few of them. Elaine Page, I remember absolutely soaking. She wasn't particularly happy.
Whether it's someone that's been working for us 10 years or they just started, guess what? They're in the house. They're having dinner with us, you know? It wasn't just all about work. They brought that family attitude into work.